All right, and I'm shooting this one over here too, so it looks like we are up and running. I don't know why YouTube's on here. Multi-stream. Stream chat. Okay. Looks good on that end. Will you guys let me know when people arrive?
Sure.
Like when we see if we get Eric or Max shows up, let me know, and I'll flip them over here because I got a bunch of screens and things. So. Okay, there's that. This looks good. All right, what's up, guys? Dungeons and Dragons, woo! Second to last episode of Streamlined Dungeons and Dragons commencing now. We left off last week with the team having just rested at the dagger board and also at the manor, the hero's manor that you guys had been renovating with a couple of the non-playing characters in the town. So we'll start with you, Megan, Calcine, just since it's just you're just going to be easiest as you're just going to be hoofing over the dagger board shortly thereafter. Good news is you wake up in the morning to the smell of what appears to be fried bacon and some pancakes and eggs. Someone is singing sounds like a dwarven hymn under, like, kind of lowly, not quite like actually singing, somewhat humming and singing. And you hear, like, the banging around in, like, the kitchen area that is still under renovation from when you guys had initially come in there. But you go down there, and the female, we'll call her Rosie for this evening, that you had recruited, though not a dwarf, is a stouter human. And she has a whole slew of things prepared. And when you come in, she brightens up. She says, Lady Calcine, we were concerned you would never come back with all the rumors flying amongst the town. I've prepared for you as much of a feast as I could without knowing that you were on the way. I did come across some things in the basement that I thought you'd like to peruse. Perhaps after you fill your stomach after your long and weary travels, you would like to look through some of the things I've come across as me and Aaron have fixed the place up.
Rosie, that sounds wonderful.
And she starts so nice slapping food on a plate as soon as you say, oh yeah, absolutely. She's like, wham, 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 just like loading up like a smorgasbord, like 4 pancakes, 3 eggs, 8 pieces of bacon. There's like a biscuit you didn't know she's even making. She dumps honey and syrup all over it. She's like, I hope you like it like I like it. And she's a little rotund, so you know she eats a lot of sugar. But she gives it to you, and it looks fantastic, smells even better, and you're pretty sure this is the same lady that you left here, even though now she's clean and not like a street rat. Like, I know you guys had kind of hired some, like, not so well-off folks to kind of fill in the void of the home. But they've done a great job. The place is ultimately quite cleaned up.
That's awesome. Eric is here, by the way. You told us to let you know.
That's what I needed. That's what I needed. Thank you.
That is wonderful, and I think Calcine is so happy to be home and have slept in like a place that is familiar and not just being like on the road. Mm-hmm. I know that this hasn't been home for long, but it feels like it's nice to just feel like comfort that isn't just like staying in an inn,
100%.
Vacation's nice, but it's always good to be home. So Calcine is going to have a hell of a breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to chat it up with Rosie and hear about everything that's been going on in Summerside, because she's real into gossip now.
Okay, perfect. And Rosie's more than happy to oblige you. She goes on to tell many a tale of pretty inconsequential things about the town. She speaks of the bakery war that went on. She actually knows a little bit about what happened with Barbarian Bacon and after the brother was killed in the attack from whoever went in there. She knows that the goblins now are mainly hunting. She said she's checked in on them and has brought them bakeries from the father's shop, and how the father, though saddened, did put the daughter in place as a deal's a deal. But another bakery had opened up, which he then had to really have like a bake-off against. The whole town, would come out and try the different things, and eventually he did manage in a small amount of time to not only outbake, but also to end up buying out the other bakeries. So now they have one bakery that just bakes all the time, and then one that's a storefront. So he's employing this other shop, which I think you guys are working on owning the bakeries too. I don't remember. I think that was part of your plan.
And I were working on kind of a, not necessarily a consignment, but some sort of takeover at some point soon. So yeah, that's definitely still in the plan, but I'm gonna have to stop by and thank him and meet her again, and probably drop some coins off.
Yeah, it's like sometimes when you go to a truck stop and you see a Subway, McDonald's together with the pilot. That's what we're doing across Grinweld.
Yes, for sure. Also,
this is your lady here. I'm not sure why.
Love that. She's wonderful, and I'm going to, I don't remember what we paid them, but I'm just going to go ahead and give her a stipend of 20 gold just for like, we'll work out the rest of it later, but I do want to, I know we were gone for a long time, so just kind of catch up a little bit.
Okay. How much are you giving her?
20 gold.
Okay, perfect. She is just ecstatic. It's probably more gold than you think she may have ever seen at one time. They're not a wealthy group of people, you know, like it's just not something that they've seen a lot of gold in their time. That being said, she takes it. She says, "Oh, this will go really well towards renovating some more of the property, my lady." Aaron, as she's taking the gold, Aaron comes in. He also looks cleaner. You could tell Aaron's probably human as well, maybe in his mid to late 40s. And he looks a lot different. He's shaved. His hair is in like a man bun, whereas before it was kind of bedraggled and like all over the place. Now it's in like a man bun, and he's got like a tunic on, with a large belt and tight breeches and nice boots that are kind of scuffed and cleaned up or whatever. And he comes in and he's got this crate. It's like a 4 by 2 foot crate, like 4 foot by 2 foot crate with a lid on it. And he comes in and it's like, got the slat wood on all the sides. I don't know that he carries it in with these 2 rope handles on the sides of it. And he puts it on the bench next to where you just have finished eating and drinking. She did provide you with a pretty good, flavorful honey tea as well to go with your breakfast. But she's quite the cook, and you're surprised that she was on the streets when you guys found her. But it was nice once again of you guys taking someone in, as you guys haven't been known to do.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm also going to greet Aaron. Good morning, Aaron. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work that you guys have done while we were gone. I know that we've been gone for a while, so I just want to get started on kind of settling up and making sure that you guys are also taken care of as you've taken such good care of the manor in our absence. So I hand him another pouch of 20 gold as well.
Oh my god. His eyes don't get nearly as big. He just modestly nods, doesn't say much. He says, all he says is, "Milady," in a very deep, kind of raspy voice. And he says, as he sets the crate down, he takes the gold, he puts it in his pouch, he says, Thank you, my lady." And that's all. He kind of bows out and he nods towards Rosie in deference as well, and he leaves. A few moments go by, and you hear some hammering in like one of the back rooms that haven't maybe been fixed up yet.
Okay. So let's. I'm interested in what's in the crate. So
you just flip the top.
With my hands. Yes.
Cool. So you open the top. Inside there are 4. Liters of what appear to be old liquor, covered in dust, with Dwarvish script around the labels. You read Dwarven? You're not there.
Dwarven is not one of my languages. I will have to consult someone else.
They are all of the same bottles of liquor. It does appear the bottles are very nice, very well made bottles, very thick glass. Stoppered, never opened, wax sealed on the top. They appear to be, easily 50 years old, you would imagine, just based on the design and with your bare minimum knowledge of the subject, but maybe more. It's not something you're very, very fully aware of. Also, there is a scabbard with a short sword in it. That is in there. It is a very nice weapon. It is not rusted. It does appear... Thank you for the follow, Joey. I appreciate you. It does appear to be some kind of magical item because of just there's some strange scripting on it, which, based on your magical awareness and overall just perceptions you've over time, you can kind of recognize something that's at least maybe magical. So you think very possibly this is a magical short sword. There's also, let's see what else was in there. There is another jug. Hey, thanks for the follow on Twitch too. I appreciate you, Cam Will. Yeah, so there's also this jug. Think like a growler. Like if you go to a brewery, there's like a growl. Those growlers with the handles. Yeah. But it's full of what appears to be a thick golden substance. And there is a bunch of bumblebees on the label, and it's very faded, and it's a little congealed, but it is definitely honey of some type as well. And there's one other thing. There also is a rolled up piece of like leather, and it's about the size of a Chipotle burrito, but it's like a leather rolled up with a string tied around it, like a leather strap tied around it and buckled. And if you open it up, there would appear to be some sort of metallic tools. Skinny wire tools, like a small set of scissors, a hook, a squiggly line wires, like a wired brush, and a couple of small knives, and a couple other like pinchers and things like that. It's about 100 different little metallic items, and they're in very good quality. They do appear to be made of iron, not steel, but they are strong wire type items.
Are they thieves' tools?
100% something along those lines, like either like a surgeon or a thief, or maybe some strange combination of therein. Nothing like you're particularly familiar with. You did see a few of these things when you took over the Thieves Guild in Jubilee, laying around some of the items, but not to this level. The sheer amount of different tools in here is nearly triple what you're used to seeing in the smaller, flat packs that these like modern day thieves you've seen have been carrying.
Sure, that one's gonna go in my pouch. And you know what? The scabbard will go in the.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, David. Okay, the scabbard is going where?
In the bag of holding for right now.
Okay. So you pick it up. It feels cool to the touch, but your heart starts to pound. You cannot release the handle. You're going to need to roll a will save.
Wisdom?
Yes. Yeah, sorry.
Constitution, I believe, right?
That's what she would want.
That is what I would want.
Yeah. Hey, Dan, what's up, brother?
I don't know why it added that D4 still.
Oh, let's see here.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. It needs to be taken off.
No, here, just re-roll it without it. I don't know how do I take it off? What do you got?
The combat tracker. It's
I got you.
It's honestly, it's something I could probably use again because I've just taken a long rest. It's my bolstering magic. How long does that last? Because I might just use it. It only lasts 10 minutes.
It doesn't say it's on.
Halcyon. Oh, it's the potion of heroism.
No, that's what was doing. Okay, here it's gone. It's over.
Yeah. Cool. And you're sure it's a wisdom save, right?
I am sure that it's a wisdom save. Good talk.
Okay, well, it's a 17. Thank goodness I had to re-roll that.
So it was a 17?
It was a 17, yes.
Okay, you hear whispers in your mind. It says, "Thank you. Thank you for bringing me forth from darkness. I shall forever be your servant." And you find yourself clasping the belt with the scabbard around your waist, and you're able to release the blade, though you have no desire to let it go anywhere but your waist or hand. You definitely heard a voice too. 100% heard.
I feel like I failed that because I can give myself an extra D3.
I mean, you don't feel like you've been betrayed. Like, you don't feel like, oh my god, I'm in trouble. Like, it seems like you just gained a sword servant of some sort. Kind of. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You can roll more if you need. That's your choice. It's your life you're living.
Fuck it. Let's go. If I'm cursed, I'm cursed. Let's embrace the chaos and.
It's 2 games left. No need to pull back now.
Yeah. I'm in. Let's go.
Very cool.
I don't know. Can I like speak back to it? And
yes.
What did it say again?
It says, "Thank you for retrieving me from the darkness. I am your servant forever, m'lady."
So all Rosie sees is me putting this scabbard like around my waist and going, "Oh, it's good to have friends."
She says, "Of course, m'lady. I appreciate you finding me as one of your friends. Black Star is well renowned now that the rumors have been cleared up. And I was going to ask you. There's some things that Aaron and I are just not quite great at. Whereas he's decent at construction, as you may have noticed. He's not much of a socialite, and whereas I may cook, I'm not very good at construction. However, handling animals and things, I do know a gentleman down on his luck that could use a place to stay. If you'd like him to be your stable master, I'm sure he would take a position for near very much money at all."
Hell yes. We definitely need a stable master. That's a real thing. Magvaris just keeps bringing in strays. So we're definitely going to need somebody to help manage that. If you could, help us recruit, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'm sure we've picked up some more since we've been in town.
I could set up an interview for a few days' time. I believe he was healing from a bad case of the Mondays, or just a cold, if you will.
Sure. And if there's anything that Magvaris can do to help, I'll put a word in and see if we can't get him over there. And let's absolutely. You've done great work here, so references are always exciting.
Fantastic. Thank you, m'lady, for seeing. Will the rest of the party be joining you? Should I prepare more food?
Probably not this morning, but I imagine we'll be back later.
All seven?
You know what? I don't want to go grab them. Can I just
sending stuff?
Is there somebody that I can I look out the door and see if there's just some kids sitting around looking for something to do? I'd like to just send a kid to go fetch them.
Yeah, that's 100% doable. There is one more thing in the bag. It's a black velvet bag. It has 10 matching stones, 5 sets of sending stones.
Perfect.
In it. You guys have the Rocky Talkie bag of Rocky Talkies.
Okay. I'm just going to send a kid with a parchment that basically says, I'm at home. Let's get together. We've got some stuff to discuss.
Okay.
And I'm not going to sign it. But
Calcine just has parchment in her bag?
She's at the house.
Manor.
Oh, okay.
I spent the night at the manor. I just had a wonderful breakfast.
she
loading it up. You guys all paid to stay at the dagger board, and I went home.
The best part about it, Calcine, is your room's the only one that's done. There's only one room that they've finished, and it was yours. They've got a lot of the house kind of tacked together, but there's really truly only one that was finished. And it's definitely yours. That. And it's not a great bed. It's kind of lumpy, and it's mostly straw and stuffed into a sheet or whatever. But it was better than the road,
It's home.
And it's home. You're I'm used to sleeping on rocks.
So I'm just going to find a kid and give him a couple, give him a piece of gold and be like, hey, I need you to go fetch Black Star from the dagger board. And give them this.
Okay, you go out there. There's a bunch of people. I mean, it's not really early morning. You slept in later than you normally would. It's just after basic breakfast, but there's easily 10 street kids running around. And you stop one of the scraggly kids, one of the older ones. He's probably 10 or 11. He's playing with 2 of the puppies that were Waggles' puppies out front of the house. They obviously know where he lives. They're waiting for him to come home. But yeah, so you stop him, you hand him the parchment, he goes to the gold, his eyes get big, and he runs off. I'm going down, lady! I gotcha! And he runs off towards the dagger board. Of course,
there's another one in it for you if you come back.
Okay! And he skips down and lands in a puddle, trips over a thing, makes a guy in his wagon with his horse rear up the horse, knocking a barrel off the back, which explodes. He laughs and says, "Fuck you!" And he slides underneath another cart and jumps over a small side hedge and keeps going. And you're pretty sure he's done something, at least ran from somebody before. Street rat. I don't buy that. Whatever. Anyhow, so he disappears. Flash forward to the end of your scene there, and street rats beating on the door to the dagger board. You guys have all come down and had your oatmeal and bacon with some berries in it. Basically, all you come over has some elven hardtack, huh?
While we're doing their thing, I'm gonna use the time while I'm waiting on them to get back to just kind of sort through and figure these tools out a little bit more.
Okay. Cool.
So that's all.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, the little kid Theodore shows up at the door, the dagger board. Stewart answers the door and says, "What can I do for you, boy?" He says, "Lady Gussie sent me." You guys hear it? "Lady Gussie sent me. She got this letter. It's on this paper stuff." And he hands it to the steward and puts his hand out. Steward just shuts the door in his face, and comes in and hands the letter to whoever's closest to the door, which we'll say was not Tim since he walked away. So Roland.
He hands the letter to me.
Yeah, he says this is from Calcine. Apparently, a little kid just brought it from across town.
Do I recognize Calcine's handwriting?
It's a folded letter.
I'm gonna open it with the end of my dagger.
All right. It says, "Get your ass to the manor. We got stuff to talk about."
All right, guys, let's go.
Asses. Anything at the dagger board for you guys before you bounce, diggity bounce?
What time of the morning is it?
It's like 10.
I'm going to take a minute to cast Foresight on myself.
Okay. Well, tell me what that does.
So my normally long, sleek, black hair turns yellow and spiky and sticks.
Are you going Super Saiyan?
Going Super Saiyan. Gives me advantage on everything.
Foresight does? It literally just gives you advantage on everything.
For 8 hours with no concentration.
Wow. What level spell is that? That's incredible.
It's a 9th level spell.
Oh my gosh. That's probably one worth taking. Advantage on everything. That's what it says. The spell description is super short. Can it be counterspelled or dispelled or what?
I don't know. I'm just standing in the middle of the dagger board doing it. It takes a minute.
How long does it take?
It takes a minute to cast.
Oh god! So you guys, Roland's like scribbling on his armor, writing stuff down, and doing this spell. He wipes it off. He goes like this. He's like doing like basically a rain dance with this paper in his pocket. And he says, "We got to go see Calcine." And he starts doing all that. And obviously, Webb's over there trying to find places to put his churros and eating all this stuff. Anyway, so that's great. So you guys all get your shit together. Anybody else doing anything before you guys meander on over to the banner?
Sorry, just grab one more piece of bacon. Let's go.
One more piece of fried bacon. And so, strangely enough, that is not... You're pretty sure this isn't the classic barbarian bacon recipe. This might have just been bacon. He might have made his own. What a traitorous dog. Of course, now, granted, your guys' barbarian bacon is ultimately jerky. That's like... It's funny that you guys brand it as barbarian bacon, but it should be barbarian jerky or something. But, okay. No big deal.
Still gonna eat it.
Perfect. And you guys end up leaving there. You guys go back to the manor. You guys filter on in, and there's Calcine sitting with all her treasures she just got. Shiny new sword on her belt.
Which looks crazy shiny because of the butcher's bib.
Mm-hmm. The butcher's bib literally has like moving parts of blood on it. Like she'll turn and something like gloop down. It never stops bleeding. It's pretty rough.
Sword.
He will try and take me from you, my lady. He will try and take me from you.
Looks like it's about my size. So let me take a look.
Can I hear that?
He doesn't even use short sword. It's totally fine.
I don't trust
so
them.
Aaron brought this box up from the basement, and
you want me to cut them down?
What?
Is that something that only Calcine can hear?
Yeah. Do you want me to cut them down, my lady? They may try to steal me.
Not.
We're the two best friends that there ever has been.
Who are you
Absolutely,
talking
we
to?
can be that.
Calcine, you okay?
What?
Who are you talking to?
Someone knows. Someone knows. Huh?
How early did you start drinking? It's 10.
Crazy thing about this sword, I don't remember putting it on.
I've been here forever.
And it is not a fan of, I don't know, any of you. So,
As soon as she says that, I just start casting Identify.
All right, what level?
It's just a ritual.
It's just a ritual. Okay.
He's trying to take me away from you. Don't let him finish.
Roll a will save.
Gosh.
It's very possessive of its newfound friendship. And honestly, you don't remember putting it on, but you don't ever remember not having it either.
Me roll one or her?
Her.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'd use my bolstering magic, but I'm pretty sure a 6 isn't going to be much better than a 3.
A 6 isn't much. Without even realizing that she's doing it, the blade appears in her hand quickly. No time passes. It's not even like part of a movement. It's just in her hand. Like no one saw her draw it. You started casting Wujis, licking your fingers at it and doing all these things. And the next thing you know, it's in her hand and at your throat. You feel a little tinge as your skin is pierced and blood drips down your throat. And Calcine finds herself saying, "Step away from my blade."
All right.
Which is a weird thing to say to somebody you just put a blade to.
Yeah. I haven't moved.
You didn't see this really happen. It was the fastest, arming of a short sword ever. And it didn't cut you deep, but you did get just a pinprick from its blade, and you have blood just dripping down your neck. You get a cold shiver through your spine. And Calcine, you hear,
Wonderful.
And are you stepping back, Webb?
Yeah, I flutter backwards.
And just as it appeared, it is put back. It's resheathed, the same level of quickness.
Got it.
For all intents and purposes, Megan, you can just throw a +1 short sword on your sheet. Everything else that it does, I'll let you know.
That sounds good. Okay. And then I'm just gonna move on. I don't I assume that this was something that I didn't really understand happened.
Yeah, you're not even aware that you had your blade at his neck. Like that, it didn't. You were just hanging out. He started mumbling
I did not
some stuff.
do that.
Yeah, it was not. It was
Okay.
blanked
Yeah.
out.
So, and then I just continue on. I go, yeah, and there was also this bag of sending stones, super convenient. So I start passing them out to everybody. And some dwarven liquor. Anybody interested in this shit? I assume it's liquor. What do you know? What
Yeah, let me take a look at that. Let's see here. Move my little spectacles.
You have history. You want to do a history check there, Weber?
Yeah, let me.
If anyone else speaks Dwarven, I'd allow for a history check here as well.
History.
I speak Dwarvish.
Do I have advantage because of my belt of dwarven kind?
That sounds fair to me. You do have a belt and all and things.
woo.
Go on, Kitty. I'm trying to play my game, buddy.
23.
It 100% it is definitely a royal fire wine. It's very high content. Wine is misleading. It is not a berry wine. It is 100% like a dwarven spirit. It is highly flammable, and it will not be put out easily if someone was to light it. This is the epitome of the strongest mixture of like a Molotov cocktail you could ever have, and dwarves like to drink it.
Interesting.
It's also over 150 years old. To your knowledge, there may be 10 of these left.
Wow.
And she has 4.
These are expensive. Very expensive. I'll pass that along. You can see here
Let's
on
see,
the back of the label.
Appraisal-wise, I'd say investigation. Does that make sense for appraisal?
Can I just have a little sniff? Can I see what it smells
They're
like?
all. None of them are opened. Like these are all sealed.
You can smell the cork.
Oh.
And if you wanted to open one, you can.
That'd be a
My
33.
first, sure buying that.
You speculate each of these is worth upwards of 4,000 gold.
Holy underwear. These are worth 4,000 gold or more.
This was a great episode of Somerset
Yeah, but-
Pickers.
But
Yes.
what's it taste like?
I've actually heard of
Go into
this.
this.
I've heard of this before. If you look on the back of the label, it says Boone's Farm Under Mountain. It's delicious.
Now, they were actually outlawed in Korsoth because of their tendency to, A, get people way more drunk, especially non-dwarves, but also because of their tendency to not be able to be put out. If it ever did get used as like a firebomb of sorts, the fire would rage pretty nice.
I love that. What's the deal? What's the word on fires inside bags of holding? They can't be started, right?
There's only 10 minutes worth of air, so it eventually would go out.
Unless it's magical.
Okay. So now, you guys are all together. You passed out sending stones. You guys had a tricky, sticky wicket with the sword. You've found out about the booze. You still have the tools.
Honey. I would like to make sure that the honey is like, if it's just honey and we can cook with it, I'm going to give it to Rosie, but I don't know, maybe like Webb can...
Yeah.
Let me take a look
or
at that.
maybe we take it to our new bakery.
Dip a pinky in there.
Okay. Also not open. You're going to open it?
Well, can I identify it first?
Yeah, try and identify first. Sounds good. Using a spell. Is that how that would work? With
just my dwarven...
With your dwarven brain?
knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is...
Investigation?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, investigation sounds good. And history, if you would. 20 on investigation. 20. Also, pretty sure dwarven.
What other roll?
History again. So you guys have 4 illegal bottles of Alchemist Brew. And you have... For investigation, you're pretty sure that it isn't actually honey. It just looks like honey. You're also pretty sure that it's some sort of healing elixir. In a large quantity.
This will heal us, I think. Not 100% sure. Maybe Maggie, if you want to take a look at this, you might know better.
I would allow for history or medicine, Magvarus. You're one or the other.
Yeah, it's gonna be medicine then.
Okay. And yeah, that's fine.
Oh!
Well,
That was way better than it should have been.
Still
Wow.
13.
13. How's that do?
You're not. Even though you can heal, like healing elixirs just isn't really your forte. You're like, I don't know much about. I'm not much of a brewer. I don't know what to tell you.
I heal with my hands.
I'd be touching people until they feel better.
Oh, speaking of healing, I did get a lead. Rosie mentioned she has a lead on a stable hand Beastmaster.
Cameron, roll a
type
perception check.
That might be who needs to?
Cameron.
That might be looking for something, and I feel like we could probably use something like that here. So I don't know if she said he's been a little sick, so it might be something that we might maybe we could go visit and talk to him, and if he's got some long-term illness, maybe you could work on that. But it sounds like a good lead and something we might need here at the manor.
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to heal.
So let's see, 17. You notice that on the table next to Calcine's elbow, it looks like she has half unrolled leather.
It's fully unrolled because I was checking it.
Okay. You see, essentially the top tier level of available tools in one place. It's like the Swiss Army knife bag of thieves' tools. There's different levels, different grains of files. There's larger and smaller files, and it's over 100 different metal objects to be used on any given kind of lock. Go ahead with an investigation check as well, and if you mention it to anyone else, I would allow for at least a attempt
I'm
at that.
proficient in these tools. I should.
Then yeah, you would know some of that then as well.
I pull out my thieves' tool kit and I'm comparing. I'm like, well, I don't have any of this shit.
You have 10 tools, and she's upwards of 100 in this one. And they're well made. Nothing is missing. They also, I don't know, they look to be masterwork thieves' tools, essentially. Also, the largest quantity of them possible. So
I just pick one of the items up from her kit. I go, what does this go to? Is this a lock? What is this?
And it's literally
You
just
don't
like a
know
pair of
what that is?
tweezers. He's like, okay. It's
That's a pretty nice
9:35.
set to begin with, but this is glorious. Roll 31.
And I think a couple of your thieves' tools have been damaged, Mac, in time there. Over time, you've had some damage happen to them. So it wouldn't be a bad plan for somebody that is your master thief here to, even though she's mostly an assassin, to maybe take something like this on. But kind of your guys' call.
So Calcine has
because-
possession of all of these, right?
Currently, they're on the
If her
table.
sleight of hand's better than, I mean, I'm not. My forte is not going to be picking locks here.
You kick the door down.
I was just going to say, Calcine, I know I've screwed up a bunch of times, but it'd really mean a lot if you could let me start over with my thieves' tools here and let me turn a new leaf for you.
She's a +5 on sleight of hand, but her thieves' tools is 11.
How's that work?
Because thieves' tools, you have to be proficient in thieves' tools to use them. Like you choose that as one of your skills.
I'm also proficient, so would mine be?
Unless you took dots in it, it would just be your dex mod.
It's because of expertise.
No,
Rogue-
I'm
rogue-
saying, I know what it is because I don't
Because
have like
rogues
these
can-
tools on my skill list, so adding my proficiency would be different.
Yep.
Mine would be a 10, so she's one above me.
What's
mean, that's fine. I
What's Gilsara's?
11.
Oh, mine's a +17.
For thieves' tools?
Yep.
That's gross.
Yep.
Super gross.
I mean,
you guys can fight over it. You can cut this.
I mean, I
back
have thieves' tools. I don't know if this
I
one
feel
would
like
be.
now that I'm taking levels in Rogue, I like the three of us to go check out what's ever going in the bottom of. Like, I want to know what's going on in the basement of the red or the
Gotta
red
get
sock
back
or
down
whatever it is.
there.
Let's go.
The three of us are
Save the
gonna go.
world or infiltrate another thieves guild. Which one do we want to do?
Oh,
Yes.
I'm going to infiltrate this other thieves guild because that's what's going to save Butters. Or Butters.
That's true. You guys were worried about that. Okay. All right. No worries. So that's all I got for this exact point. You guys can kind of talk amongst yourselves as your next move, and then I can kind of build from there.
I actually think that, now that that's come up, that's not necessarily a terrible place to start. I guess that, Von Terran doesn't necessarily know that we know
True.
anything. And if we're just snooping around someplace that we've been snooping around before, that doesn't have any connection to him.
Accurate. I mean, I could make us look like the guys who I was following that one day.
Love that.
Or
I mean,
make
that
us
seems
be
like
guys.
it seems like an all right place to start. Oh, you'll never guess who I ran into last night. Can't believe I forgot this. Marvin, guys, Marvin.
What? He's still
Yeah.
around?
Turns out, Junior's sister took over the butcher or the barbarian bacon shop, so she has been running it. I do need to go visit and make sure that
She
all
is
that's
awesome.
good. Drop off some money, but everything's good at the bacon shop, so we're doing great there. Also, you remember when I told you that the gem shards got lifted?
Mm-hmm.
Turns out Marvin had stolen them before our buddy Von Terran broke in and attempted to steal them. So you guys actually didn't know the Von Terran thing until
That sweet
Just.
little goblin.
now. I am talking to myself quite a bit, aren't I?
Well, you were talking to a sword for about 10 minutes earlier.
I like goblins.
I what?
The sword, you guys had like full blown conversation, and then you tried to stab me. You did
That
stab
doesn't
me.
sound right. And why would I stab you?
I just
I
wanted
don't believe
to
it.
Show her the little mark there.
You see no blood. There's like he seems fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
like-
What do you do? Cut yourself shaving?
Big
Does he have a big
mosquitoes
beard?
around here. Yeah. Interesting. That's probably not real. But the Marvin thing is definitely real, and
Well,
the
that's
Von
great.
Terran thing is very real. So we should really, have our eyes out. It seems as though Von Terran has lots of things going on that all involve us, and I love that we trusted him with our lives when we ran out of town, because it feels
Yeah.
like maybe that was a terrible plan.
Well, we didn't have a lot of options at the time.
We did not, but also, I don't know. I don't like being betrayed, so I'm feeling extra trigger happy, or what do we call that when I don't know, a bloodlust.
Not kidding.
Stabby.
So I feel stabby.
A little stabby.
I don't stab. I slash. I'm feeling slashy.
I'm feeling slashy. Okay. What's up, Emily? All right. Very cool. So, anybody, Eric? I haven't heard it from you at all. How's Texas? That's where that's where Mac and Tim are too. They said they wanted to meet you guys out every day of this week.
Not bad. I'm trying to find some food.
Places to eat.
Looking for eat. There's a restaurant here in the hotel. I'm just figuring out if I can charge it to my room or if I've got what I got to do.
Okay.
Yeah, but Gene is just in there, keeping his head down, trying to avoid Dwarven doom until we can doom them ourselves.
It's actually the name of the liquor, Dwarven Doom.
That makes sense.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're going. So are we all sticking together at this point? Just we're going to kind of streamline, pun intended.
Sounds like it.
Okay. So everyone wants to head to the bakery and then to the Red Sock to look into the Thieves Guild.
That sounds good.
All right, flash forward, you guys. There's plenty of food left over. She did make quite a bit. If you guys didn't get enough oatmeal and bacon and berries at the stop, there's a whole pot of tea that she still had on with the honey tea. Anybody still looking at the jug of honey, or are we done with that? We think it's some kind of healing elixir, but no one opened it or no one else looked at it. There's still a couple of you who potentially could identify it.
How can it be identified?
So investigation or history would work, or
There's
medicine.
no magical identification.
No,
Medicine?
It's not. It is magic in a way, but it's not like an enchanted item. Does it make sense?
But we know.
Wouldn't identify work on like a potion?
Yeah, is that real? I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, go ahead. That would work.
10 minutes ritual.
Up to you guys. I mean, you don't have to do it. I just want to make sure we cover our bases before we went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
I
do the
think
ritual. 10 minutes.
And while he does that, I'm gonna really push Rosie's food on everybody while I'm still stuffing my face and just chatting.
I'm gonna try to stick one of those fire wines in my cloak so that no one notices.
Well, you're taking one of the fire wines?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to do that sleight of hand style, see if anybody notices? Yeah. With advantage on everything, let's go. 23. Perception of 23 will catch him in the act if anybody feels like trying. Or you guys could just be like, I noticed but don't care. It's fine as well.
I have a passive.
Oh, are you serious?
I have a passive of 24, so...
Do you really? Yeah, so Calcine and Webb just watch him reach over and put it in a wine holster that no one knew he had.
Just be like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah, I just kind of give him a wink and keep eating. He knows that I know, and that's it.
And no one cares, right? I mean, none of you guys really care. And there's still 3 there, so I want you to divvy them up. They do 10d10 fire damage in a 10-foot radius.
Whoa.
That's
I do.
intense.
Yeah, it's up to 100 points of fire damage. It lasts for a d20 rounds.
That's cool.
Oh, so it catches everything on fire when they walk through it.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's nasty.
It should come in pretty well.
Pretty handy.
And you have 4 of them, so there's up to 400 points of fire damage in this room right now for up to 20 rounds, depending on the roll. So it could be a shitty this one didn't get fermented completely properly, so it only lasted 2 rounds, or you roll a 20 and the whole place is coming down.
The whole town.
Love that.
Yeah. 20 rounds of 100 fire damage, up to 100 fire damage a round is ridiculous. So,
Yes.
what's up, Alex? All right. Anybody on the honey, or are we good? I don't care. Before we move on.
He was doing the identify spell. It's a ritual for 10 minutes. That's what we were...
Oh, okay. So the sword doesn't care about that. You identify it as elixir of the gods. A single spoonful will heal up to 50 hit points.
Holy
How many
moly.
spoonfuls do I...
It's a gallon.
Oh my gosh.
Each spoonful is worth 1,000 gold.
Okay, so here's a real question. Could our bandolier bottles be filled with this.
Yeah. Because a spoonful
Okay.
is as much as a small potion in the bandolier.
I love that. Can we, maybe...
Yeah, let's talk.
Does everybody have
Start
enough
dumping
healing
out all of our
outside?
healing potions in our bandoliers and fill it back
Yeah,
up.
I was just gonna say, like, why don't we leave our bandoliers with Rosie? Because we have enough healing outside of our bandoliers, right? Like, we're good. I don't love leaving it behind. I guess we've got time. It's not like we're in a hurry.
Let's pack this up. Let's take it with us.
But we can, like, have Rosie
We're
help
gonna
us.
need the healing. I feel like.
Tools and stuff.
I mean, you can always go get more bandolier-sized potion bottles, too. You don't have to dump your $50 a piece potions out just to supplement. This is the extremist of healing that you've ever heard or seen of. The Identify spell, without it, it was a hard chance of even figuring out what the frick it was, because they don't make them like this anymore. The recipe is lost to time, which is also why it's so expensive. Because no one...
So, how many slots do our bandoliers hold?
Was it 4 or 6? I can't remember.
I mean, I don't know. I have
6.
7 on my sheet, so it must be...
7 it is! Alright, so lucky number!
I'm gonna be honest here. I never had a bandolier ever.
Oh, well, we will get you one made.
What a loser.
And
Yeah, I think Gunther has-
the bandolier
Gunther has
lets you use
those.
a health potion as a bonus action.
Yeah, Gunther has the availability to make more bandoliers.
I don't think Gunther did it. It was whoever's at it's that store.
Right.
Also, it's not Gunther anymore. It's Ganther.
Well, we
No,
don't
that
know
was his
that.
brother.
We don't know
We
that.
saw Gunther get burned.
Yeah, well, you guys have
Well,
seen
Gunther,
it.
remember he was back.
He got
was
replaced
weird.
by his twin. That's his twin. We never went back and figured it out, but I'm pretty sure that's true.
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't know. Something was weird.
Indeed. Are you guys thinking of checking in on Gunther as well then, or?
Well, let's do this healing potion business, and then get Roland a bandolier as well. You know what? I'm gonna find that kid outside and give him gold and the pouch for like whatever it costs to buy the bandolier, and have him go buy Roland a bandolier real quick.
It was a kobold.
Yes, that's right. It was a kobold in Summerside. Tom, and the other guy.
Yeah, Thom.
Thom. Yep.
So I'm just gonna go send that same kid that I assume is standing outside waiting for something else to do, because I told him I'd pay him more later.
Oh yeah, he's sitting there playing with, like, he's got his gold hidden somewhere, but he's sitting there, and it looks like he might have bought a loaf of bread and some cheese, because he's got a big, like, dirty mitt holding cheese and half a gone loaf of bread, and he's got what must be his little sister sitting next to him. She looks very thin and dirty, and like she's got a couple bruises on her face that looks like somebody maybe struck her at some point when she was being a street rat. They're not in great shape.
That's okay. I don't mind that. I'm gonna like kind of come outside and squat down next to him and go, "Hey guys."
As soon as you kick open the door, 6 puppies and waggles push their way in and start running around the house like doing zoomies.
Okay, perfect. I'm
Went
going
from 2 to 6, no problem, Magvarus, right?
Ignore that, I guess, and walk outside and kind of squat down the bottom step with these kids and go, "Hey, what are your names?"
She goes outside to do that, and Rosie starts yelling at the dogs and scatting them with the broom, like, going, "Get out! Get out!" And she starts, like, waggling her broom around at them and chasing the dogs out one at a time out the front door, and they seem to be loving it. They're barking and yipping and jumping around, and they all eventually get outside and spill around to the back of the house. And the kids, you asked the kids their name?
Yeah.
Sim and Sammy.
Sim and Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Sim and Sammy, I have a very important mission for you, and I can't think of 2 better people to do this for me, okay? Now. And I look around, and I want to make this seem really special to them. And I talk real low, and I go, "Okay, it's a super important mission, and really, I just need you to go visit the Cobalt Tom and tell him that Calcine sent you for another bandolier, okay? And he'll know exactly what you're talking about, and you give him this pouch, okay? And then I'm going to also give each of them I say, this is for you guys, but make sure you come back, because if you keep coming back, I'll have more missions for you. You just do really good on this one, and we'll find more missions, okay?
Sim like tippy toes up to her brother or her partner, we're not sure if they're related, and she whispers something in his ear. You can use perception if you'd like to hear it.
I would like to hear it, because I think they're real cute.
27? Is that just now? Or
No,
that's
I haven't. 15.
15. All you hear is Black Star. The rest, she says something else, but you hear Black Star.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. Do you guys want to help me do this mission?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sammy nods his head. Oh yeah. We'll take care of it, lady. We got you covered. This will go a long way. You said I could have another gold if I came back?
Yeah, I hand them both a gold.
Oh, they're.
And then I hand them a pouch so they can buy the bandolier.
Okay, Tom. You said he's a what?
He's a blue lizard.
Ooh.
Should we send him to get potion bottles too?
Where is he?
What's that place called? The Kilcarney Market or something. I don't know. It's got some. It's on the map. I don't have the map in front of me.
Tillich Fair.
Oh, I was so close.
Killarney's. Yeah. I feel like why is this image broken?
It was a lot closer than I thought I was.
My image is broken. But let me see what happens to this.
Yeah, so he's at the Killick Fair, and I give him the name of the potion shop too, but also ask him for some empty bottles to go with the bandolier.
How many?
A dozen.
Okay, sounds good.
I write it all down and I put it in the pouch too, so in case they don't get it right.
Nice.
It's in the pouch, and all the money for the exact amount that he needs is in the pouch.
Okay, perfect. A whole other scene, just like when he left the first time, unravels. He they both jump in front of another wagon. A horse rears up. Now this time a crate falls off. A bunch of glaives that are in this large crate of this weapon merchant's cart bang across the cobblestones. All right, Eric, that's fine. Those are my portents, fuckers. But yeah, so they basically there's a bunch of yelling and screaming. A couple of guards start chasing them, but you're pretty sure they slip away as they're both pretty small and they go through a crack in a fence and keep continuing on.
Perfect.
And then people start cleaning that stuff up.
I'll go back inside and help everybody with we'll get the bandolier things going, and then we'll get Roland's taken care of when they come back.
A little bit of time goes by. The hammering has never stopped, and all right, buddy, enjoy. So sounds like Aaron has been hammering away, and it sounds like what's the lady's name?
Rosie.
Rosie, that's right. Rosie has been cleaning up the kitchen this whole time, but shortly thereafter, a bedraggled, kind of straggly-looking, dark-haired, light-skinned, completely tatted up elf shows up at your guys' front door. He's got, think what are those tattoos? Tribal tattoos all over his flesh. He's got just all over him. He's not wearing a shirt. He's very emaciated and thin and pale. He does look a little sick around the edges, and he knocks on the door and he says, "Rosie, are you home?" And with a thick elven accent. And of course, Rosie is home, and she says, "Oh, Calcine, it's him! It's who I was telling you about."
Perfect. I'm gonna nod to Magvaris and say, "This is our guy."
See what's wrong with him.
Yeah, a lesser restoration would take care of it. He's got some kind of infection.
Lesser restoration it is. What was that?
He's got some sort of lung infection. You're pretty sure if he hadn't come across you, you're semi-certain he might have ended up dead in just a few days. But once you heal him, he instantly looks better. Obviously, still thin and kind of hungry and dirty, and his hair is near dreaded. But what you didn't notice is he's got 2 chipmunks in a pouch that kind of climb around his body, and he kind of dip and dodge around. He's got a bird in his hair that kind of just like as he heals and stuff, it like pokes its little bluebird head out, looks at you guys kind of crazy. And on further inspection, you see there's a nest in his hair with like 5 eggs in it.
I love this guy.
And he like bows. He says, "Oh, thank you, Rosie. Did say you were, fantastic proprietors, and that perhaps you could use someone to look after your animals." And as he's saying that, Oliver like swoops down from the sky, lands next to him, and starts nuzzling him and side-eyeing Roland a little bit, and starts nuzzling the elf instead. Like, it's a whole thing. Like obviously Oliver's still loyal to you, but for whatever reason, animals just fucking love this guy. He's like the wild elf Snow White of the woods, and he's just had a rough go because he's living in the city. But in the wild, like you couldn't find him. The animals would hide him. Like he'd have a place, he'd be fine. But he's come to the city to just to seek his fortune, essentially, to figure out what he wants to do. And He's easily 200 and some odd years old, and for an elf, that's just like not even middle aged. But he's a full on adult wood elf. Who's all elven? You got Eladrin, that's Cam, and we got you. You're elven, right? Too, right, Max? You would recognize him and his like race of elf is definitely like wild elf or like wood elf. He's not a high elf. He reminds you of the elf you guys saved. She just didn't have any tattoos, and she was maybe half his age.
Well, I don't know. We can show him around back, and maybe since Tim and Magvars and Roland are the two that have animals that may require some tending, perhaps they could interview him and show him the stables and stuff out back.
Awesome. He'll go back there. The dogs end up following him and corralling around. 75 chickens from all over town just start pouring into the stables and start pecking around the landscape. He instantly starts to like build a chicken coop. Like he's just over there getting into it. Like he had a whole thing. He says, with a little bit of money, I can get together a few other handy household animals to keep around. Like maybe like a couple of mules, a couple horses, maybe. Some pigs and some other other things, depending on if you want to eat them or not. But at least house companions. Up to you. I'm happy. Some obviously are going to stay, and the 2 chipmunks chitter at him when he says that. He nods. He feeds them some nuts or something that he's got in his pouch.
My gut just tells me that this guy doesn't eat meat. Or
he doesn't eat meat. He's definitely a vegetarian.
Wouldn't offer it up to us.
But he would eat meat if it's like naturally dies. Like he's fully nature. So like in nature things die. He may not be one to take a life particularly, but he understands that if someone wants to take a life to eat it, that's like a whole thing, and he's not offended by it. He's old enough elf to understand the ways of man and stuff.
Like a fruitarian.
The circle of life.
Yeah, the circle of life. Oh, can you? You got it.
All right.
Okay.
So our bandolier potions now do how much healing?
It's a normal light wounds bandolier. Oh, the new ones with the honey in them.
Yeah.
The elixir of the gods. That is up to 50, so it's 5d10.
Okay, so
plus your con mod.
5d10 plus con. How much of it is left once like the 6 of us?
So that's 42 out of 100. So there's 68 left, or 58 left. Because there's 7 on each of your bandoliers, so you each have 7 5d10 plus con heals in a bonus action on you, which is maybe going to come in handy as I'm about to destroy you guys.
I love that for us. Cool. All right, let's go. Love that. What's next?
Just FYI, there are 256 tablespoons in a gallon.
So then there are 200 and...
Just wanted to throw that out
12?
there, guys.
200 and some odd left. And I hate you for that, but that's fine if that's how you need to be.
I
It's
love
That's just
everything
science.
about.
I don't. It's not me.
I love that you just got him on that, and that's
They're-
amazing.
they're not
and
cheap,
you're
so-
my favorite.
I even went tablespoons instead of teaspoons.
Tablespoons is where it's at. It's a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
Perfect.
And the biggest thing is you do have to sing that song for it to work.
At least hum it.
Yeah. 50 points. Oh. All right, you guys. The kid shows back up. Guys, got your bandoliers full. Everybody had a chance to eat and get situated. What's the elf's name? Did I give you a name for him?
No.
Waylon. So Rosie, Aaron, and Waylon, Megan, if you're writing them down, it'll only matter for 2 more sessions, but it might be good for canon later. Canon fodder. But yeah,
I will never
Waylon.
forget them.
You get strong druid vibes from this guy
I love that.
of some kind. That being said, everything's good to go. You guys head off to Barbarian Bacon. You get there. No goblins around. The place is shiny as fuck. There's 2 redheaded kids in there, one behind the counter and one baking. The girl is baking. She's the taller of the 2. The one behind the counter serving is kind of like about 4 foot wide and 4 foot tall, like super curly, like red afro little boy. He's maybe 10. And he's behind the counter on a stool. And he comes in and he doesn't recognize you. You've never actually seen this one of the children. He says, "Welcome to Barbarian Bacon, where you can rage out on some donuts. We've got delicious donuts. We've got bacon-filled donuts. We've got bacon. I've got slices of ham. You'll love our bacon here, and you'll love our bakery there. How can I help you?" And he's literally up over the counter, and he bangs on the bell a little bit when you guys come in. Bang, bang, bang! Customers, sissy. You know.
I look at him and I am delighted. And I look at Webb and I go, "Do you see this? Is this as cool as I think it is?"
We made
Marigold! We got people! Then another little slightly taller, not quite as rotund female version of almost the exact same kid comes out from the back in an apron with a tray, and it's just got a bunch of little clumps of some kind of baked thing with a piece of bacon sticking out of it, and it's samples for you folks, samples for you. And she she also has never met you guys, so she comes out with this tray full of samples, and they look fan-fucking-tastic.
Don't mind if I do.
Taking one.
Yeah.
It's 100%. It's a custard-filled churro bacon wrap.
Holy.
Oh my goodness
wieners.
gracious.
And it is the tits. It's the top level bacon, top level bakery. It is, as they say where I'm from, titties. Super good is what that means. It says, welcome. And of course the baker, who you guys have met once, because you did meet the daughter one time and you met the other son that died one time, Junior. She eventually turns around and goes just only redheads can do this, where they turn completely bright red. They just go from pale as shit with freckles to just a complete color of a pepper. And she turns around and she wipes her hands on her smock or her apron, and she goes over. There's a bucket. She scrubs them a little, gets some dough out from underneath her fingers and stuff, and then she says,
I am fully enjoying all of this. I am just completely indulging these children and their whole spiel, and I'm really giving them the customer. I'm letting them guide me around the whole place. I'm so interested in what they do, and I think they're the best.
And you guys love this too. The place is outstanding. The goblins, it was a hot mess. Business was okay, but not great. Only kind of the dirty sailors who didn't care that goblin hands were on their bakery, bacon and baked goods did it. But now, you guys are here. You're having trouble getting to the counter after your initial entrance. There's a couple people in here, but there's a continual round robin door of people just popping through here, and they're buying stuff. There's silver being exchanged. The kids are happy. One of the kids is humming. She'll be coming around the mountain the whole time. It's just a whole ass good time. But the elder sister Juniette, she not Junior.
That was not her name.
No, what was her name?
I don't know, but can we at least call her June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. I liked June yet, but June is good. So June comes around and she's at this point still dusty from flour and stuff, but she comes around and she bows. She says, Lady Calcine, oh, we're so happy you made it home. Ever since Junior's been gone, it's been a struggle, but I hope the place is to your liking. And she's very like, Black Star, hi. You know, she's simping. She's simping for good.
I'm going to pull her aside and like apologize to her that I wasn't there when all of this went down, because I feel really, really terrible about the death of Junior, and I really hope that she's been well. And it was such a terrible thing that happened, and I apologize wholeheartedly that I was unable to be here to facilitate the transition, and I'm so thankful.
As my dad has always said since day one, shit happens, stuff breaks, so we should bake.
You guys see Calcine give someone a hug for the first time ever. It's a little awkward.
Is she trying to take me from you?
She's never done it before. But she's so excited for all of this.
So June, as you're hugging June, the slippery silver sword says to you,
Is she trying to take me from you, my lady?
I go, what? No! Stop!
So, like, you guys see this, too. You see her hugging this kid awkwardly, and all of a sudden she's like, what? No! Shit, what? No! Like, super, super awkward as it gets. But then it says, all right, fine. And it sighs, kind of like almost.
It's all right, June. Calcine has Tourette's.
But yeah, so and June is very pleased, and she says, "Let me put some travel items together for you. Are you staying, or will you be here long? Are you planning on running the shop, or am I doing a good job?"
You're doing wonderful,
Awesome
and I don't
job,
want you to
kid.
change a single thing. We will be in town for a little bit. I don't know how long, but you don't need to pack anything for me currently. I have been handing out a lot of money. I would like to know how much money is going to be handed to me right now.
Oh, she's got a chest with 100 gold in it.
Okay, that's something.
It's been like 2 months, and they've made, I mean, after expenses, they've made closer to 2, but she said she's got 100 that she could pull towards profits for you for now, and you can have 100 later, but she likes to keep a little in the coffer in case they need to do anything, or there's something happens, or a machine breaks, or something like that.
Love that. That's totally fine. They're getting paid their wages. I'm going to give her.
Oh, they've been paid. They've taken their share.
Yes. I'm going to give her a 10 gold bonus just because she's been so great. And then Web and I
She's so generous.
I'm going to ask her about her bacon-wrapped churro custard. Like, how long have you been doing that? That is a work of art.
I was sleeping one night, and I had a dream that custard in a churro wrapped in bacon was the answer to all my needs and dreams.
Been there.
and I just went, and I instantly was able to find a recipe just in my mind. I just combined a couple recipes. It's our #1 seller. Everyone loves it. It's just
great reason.
It's delectable. I've had to send off multiple batches to the the noble houses. They've liked them so much.
What's the shelf life on the, like, are they portable? Do I need to eat it now?
Well, the custard's good for about 3 to 5 hours, and then it starts to get warm. And from what the healer said, after my brother ate an old batch, it said maybe anything after 5 hours it starts to be dangerous.
Gotcha. Okay, good to know.
But
This
I mean,
is fantastic work.
each their own.
You got something else that you're working on, tinkering with a new recipe, or?
You, sir, are a man of taste. I can tell. I've always liked you the most, Web. She whispers to you. She says, you're so cute, too. Let me show you. And she takes you back, and she's got 3 different pies with, like, bacon crust over the top, like bacon driblets over the top.
Yep.
She's got a cherry rhubarb pie. She's got an apple pie. And she has something that's akin to, like, a caramel, like, cinnamon pie of some sort that you've never heard of. But that one has more, like, bacon slices on it. They've not been broken up. And it has, like, a strange, like, green...
Bacon crumble.
Yeah, it has, like, a green... what's called, like, whipped cream type substance on top of it, too.
It's almost like you just put bits of bacon on there. Wow.
Well, bacon does make the dish, as I think Calcine says. And you guys look up, there's a sign that says, bacon makes the dish. Like, right there, like, behind the counter.
I've said that several times.
Yes, absolutely. It actually says it on her butcher's bib.
And you see another sign over on the other wall. You guys didn't know it was there before. It says, bacon, it's all the rage here at Barbarian Bacon. You know, like, All the good stuff.
That's what my butcher's bib says is bacon. It's all the rage. It's like it's in this really like
That makes
fun,
it way
like
better.
like bouncy, like pretty script, and then the rest of my butcher's bib is just disgusting.
Comic Sans.
So the cool part here is you just hugged a kid, and like she didn't realize it at first, but she's covered in guts.
I'll prestidigitate that.
I gave her a side hug.
Okay. All right. We'll say just a little gut on her, and then Webb, knowing that she likes to cook,
Yep.
bake things. And she says, as part a 1/6 owner, 1/5 or 6 owner of the location, Webb, would you like one of the pies for the road? I'm sure you're hungry.
Yeah, I can eat. That's for sure.
All right.
I'm going to give her my my Yanti cookbook as well that I've had since like the beginning of the campaign.
Oh my
I found
gosh.
in that weird
That is so
underground
old.
water snake temple. And be like,
I
I don't
love
know if
that.
there's anything
Doesn't that have
inspiring
recipes?
in here, but
Doesn't
you
that have recipes for like cooking human flesh and stuff?
100% does. 100% does. But she doesn't give a shit that it's wrapped in human flesh. She doesn't care that it's bound with bone. She doesn't care about any of that. So the fact that you gave her a cookbook, you're her favorite Black Star member. She is all about that life. She's like, oh my gosh, Webb, I've always wanted some more cookbooks for my collection. And you can see she's got like 4 or 5 back on a shelf back there that she's been busting around with. But she's like, I will study it and I'll cook you something real, real good out of here.
fantastic.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I don't know how I'll have to figure out how to decipher it. Maybe one of the wizards can help me at the Nomenclature Institute. I'll head over there after we close down. Maybe they'll let me in and help me decipher it because I don't read this script. It's a different language to me. But I'm sure they can help.
Yeah.
I'll pay her like I don't know whatever that costs to get those
Admittance.
wizards to do that. I'll
Yeah, I love that Calcine is just tossing money around at this point. Like, I think every scene we've had this game, she's given someone cash. She's finally got enough gold to not care.
Here, guys.
She's making it literally rain right now.
Meals.
That's hilarious. You guys get a little cash and Calcine goes bananas.
Get shit done. That's all.
Hey, money does make it work, you know. All right. So that being said, so we're good there. The shop looks great. You can add 100 gold to your sheet if you hadn't already, Megan. You can add the rhubarb pie to your pack there, Evan. It does. If you eat the whole pie, it'll act as a full rest for one person.
Boy.
Love that.
It's highly powered as well, but only because it's made with the heart and soul of this child.
Not an actual.
I don't know what
no,
Webb's
it's
cut
not.
is.
That's in the
business,
Yanti cookbook.
That's in the antique cookbook. What do you say, Megan?
But I said I don't know what Webb's cut is in the business. I don't remember how we established this, but I'll just give you 30 of the 90 for now, and then
That sounds great.
Well, she
Can I
gave you
just-
100.
Can I just get a free snack?
well, I
You-
gave her 10 back.
Well, you don't actually have any ownership because you're not Rigby. So,
I know that's why I'm begging.
oh, okay.
Yeah, she had that whole plate of free samples.
Yeah, you can have any of the samples, or
Bacon
they have the
churro
full size version, which is the size of like my 2 fists together. It's literally
Cinnabon.
it's a giant Cinnabon type style. It's a churro, looks like a Cinnabon, so it's got the crunchiness of the churro with the custard inside it, and then bacon sliced
Can we-
throughout it.
Can we give him a discount on one of those pies?
Oh yeah, you want to give him? There's 3 pies back there. They all do the same thing. They're usually, they're usually about 100 gold a piece. Because they're recipes in the works.
Yeah, maybe
How long
like
does it
10%
take
off.
to eat a pie?
It takes 2 rounds.
That's
So,
it.
well, I'm sorry.
Well,
A slice is a round. There's 6 slices. 6 rounds. But a slice around. So 6 slices. If you're going to get the full effect.
And it gives a full long rest for eating it.
But you got to take a full 6 rounds to do it. So
Well, that's
I'm not
maybe
sure
like
Joey
a short
Chestnut
rest
could
thing.
eat a whole pie in 6 seconds a slice.
I would allow for a Constitution save to do it in one go, but it would have to be a 20.
But think about, like, you wouldn't even have to do it during combat. You could just sit down for a short rest real quick and fucking eat a pie. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
that's a long rest.
And there's 2 more. There's 2 more, but she can't just give them away. She gave you the one because you were so nice to her, but she does have to recoup profits. She's a business savvy young lady.
I'm gonna give her 100 gold for it anyway. Just
Keep the coffers where they need to be. Okay. And then there's still, like I said, 2 more. Does anybody else want them?
yeah, I'll buy them.
200 more gold.
Yeah, a long rest doesn't do a lot for me anyway, so I'm not.
She is fucking ecstatic. No one's bought these yet. They're kind of expensive. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. And she says, oh, Perego be praised. And of course, Magvarus, as your ears kind of spark up, like, Magvarus, Perego. And she like skips away and she comes back with like the perfect like cake box, like travel cake box. It's like a 3-tier cake box. She slides the pies in, brings it over to you. It's got like a bow on top. It's all very, very cutesy and like pink and white and just beautiful. And it says,
great presentation, kid.
It says all the rage on it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Man, when we start expanding, we're taking you with us. Get stuff set up just like this everywhere else.
The branding is just love it.
And the place is spick and span. Like,
Well, our
this place is
brand
clean.
is the most valuable thing we own. So,
All right, next stop on the list. Anybody else at the bake shop here? The Barbarian Bacon Bake Shop. It's a mix. It's a joint venture now. All right.
Are we? Webb, are you gonna? Did you say we were like are we doing seaming, or are we doing something to disguise, or what are we? What's the plan with going before we go over to the Red Sox? I don't want to just jump there real quick if we need to.
we could do some seaming of the people I was tailing initially.
Which two are you talking about? The ones that Mac killed like blatantly on the pier?
No. This was like at the beginning of our campaign.
Good lord, that was 2 years ago.
Well, in game, it wasn't that long ago.
It was 6 months.
Sure.
I'm gonna need you to roll to make sure you can even remember what they look like. It's been a while. You had your family, like home was attacked.
For the most part, as long as we just don't look like us, that's the big thing, right? Like, I need to look like a human.
That's a natural 20.
It's a pretty good. You know exactly what they look like. You're like, those guys. I remember them just so well.
Hold on, Kelsey. He had a mole right here.
Boop. Boopser. You hear in your head, is he trying to take me away from you, my lady?
No!
He's just growling.
It's very helpful for us.
It's a growling sword.
I like that the sword gave you Tourette's, though. What? No! Shit! Stop! Don't kill him! All right. And if you want to label it, you can write it as Slick Silver.
I just put cursed short sword, if I'm being honest.
Cursed short sword works well. Slick Silver, cursed short sword, or sentient sword, whatever you like. Okay, so you guys, are you all 6 going?
Sounds right.
All right, perfect. Keep us together. Got to keep them lined up.
Yeah.
You guys head over to the Red Sock. It is about noonish by the time you guys get there. So there are a few people there, maybe like 10, that are working with the patrons inside, going off to the spare rooms and things to get a midday snaggle bag in.
Afternoon delight.
And but you get there and you don't recognize the lady behind the counter. She's maybe about 50 pounds overweight, but she she's a heavy-breasted 40-something-year-old human lady with auburn hair and brown eyes. She's pretty. She's a little thicker, but she's pretty. She's well put together, and a nice corset and dress and things. You come in, and she says, welcome to the Red Sox." She's got kind of a gravelly, like I smoked too many cigarettes voice. It's the only thing about her that screams prostitute at all. But she's like, you guys come in and she's welcome to the Red Sock. How can I be of service? We've got the everyday stew on the fire if you're hungry, and I've got 2 open bedrooms at this time. Knowing Joey, give it about 5 minutes and 1 more will be free.
So wait, would we have gone in the front, or would we have we
went through the back door. There's like a back trap.
That's
door
extra.
Is there like a back entrance with a trap door in the first room?
Oh. Yeah, it's in the building, though. You still have to go in the room, and then one of the rooms there's a cellar door. Like, there's a cellar that goes down, and there was a trap door down in the cellar.
Yeah, but it was like through literally a back entrance.
Right. Yeah, because I went through some sort of like a back window.
Cam, do you also remember this? Or are we making like...
I think you guys are making this up.
I thought that it was in a bar.
Yeah, it's in the bar. There's a literal cellar in the bar that leads down, and then there's a trap door, but it's down in the cellar.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like it was a back door because I was sitting at the bar just watching the person.
Yep.
So
she watched the initial exchange, and then they shut that door, and then they weren't in there, and she found the trap door, and she followed them down invisible.
Oh, no. You're talking about when Jill Sara did it.
Yeah.
I did it in like our 4th game ever.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking me to remember really far back. Let me roll a history
This
check.
was when it was just
an
me and
entrance
Megan
directly into that room.
and that girl I don't remember. And Bola.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second to last game for this campaign ever. I absolutely remember exactly what you're talking about. There is a trapdoor, in fact. Did all of you go that route, or did you go to the lady with the...
We went the route that I knew.
Okay. Is that the same for you, Jill Sara, Mac?
I didn't know her route.
All right, so you guys pop open this thing.
So long.
You guys just kind of like stumble down there, and down there is 4 thugs at a table playing some kind of card game. And as you come in, they kind of look over at you guys, semi-surprised. Roll initiative.
Love this. We all
Our
look
seeming
like
doesn't work?
Yeah, they just don't, but just because you seem like them, it's been a year. Those guys have been dead for months.
Oh my gosh.
It's a thieves guild. It's the underbelly of the city. They're low-level thugs.
How do they know we're dead? They just think we're dead.
Well, they also don't recognize you, and you didn't have like didn't do any of the normal knocking or hand gestures or anything.
Whatevs.
Glorious roll by Magvars.
Magvars is killing the game.
Is there a map?
The game.
Not a great start.
All of these images are broken, and it pisses me off.
we'll take care of it, Magvars. You just sit back and relax.
All right, this is just a thing. So, PC. Perfect. This is going to be really fast. Just so we're clear.
That's what she said.
We know, just so we're clear.
Yeah, I don't know that there's going to be much hope for these fucking dudes, to be honest. But, I'm here for it.
The first thing I do is shout, "Are you trying to take my sword?"
Do you really say that?
Yeah.
I love that. Who do you say it to? The guy right in the front?
Oh, yeah.
Your sword relieves itself of its sheath, spins out at him like this, and removes his head and is back in its sheath before initiative starts.
I'm just watching with horror.
And the other 3 dudes, as the bandit captain's head rolls to the ground and flops over, put their swords on the ground in front of them and do this. They were fully taken as surprise. They're surrounded by 6 individuals and a sword which is congealing blood in the scabbard. The scabbard feels warm, and it turns into a long sword.
Oh boy.
What?
That's amazing.
I love everything that's happening. Also, Jill Sara, you're still welcome to assassinate one of these guys.
I was gonna say, like, I look at you like, wow, yeah, I like it. That's what I would have done.
From you.
And honestly, it shocked everyone. The other thing I need, though, if you could roll another save, another wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I'd appreciate it.
For sure. 19.
Okay. You're pretty sure that what just happened was supposed to happen, and you're actually quite pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, I'm experimenting, and I'm happy with the experiment.
The bandit captain's body convulses on the ground and finally stops kicking as the last of its blood spills onto the damp mud floor and pours down into a trapdoor that is right there next to the barrels.
Oh, another trapdoor. Perfect. Thank you for showing us the way.
Just what we were looking for.
You hear the drippity drip drap, and the other three guys are like this, like, what is going on? Like, what do you want? You know who you're fucking with, right?
Oh no, who?
You don't want this smoke.
We're fucking with you. Don't want this smoke.
I'm not one to divulge any inside secrets, but I'm telling you, lady, folks, I don't know who you think you are, but you're messing with the Thieves Guild of Summerside. It's a big organization. You could really be in for some trouble here.
I start to I just faint reaching for my long sword.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from me. What do you want from us?
Who's in charge? That's all.
Well, you just killed our captain. You
Yeah.
Who's in charge of that
He's not
guy?
in charge.
Oh,
Yeah, who's that guy? I want that guy's boss.
I've never. I don't even know. We've never met him. He always just came and told him. And like that's
I just
what.
start crackling arcane energy from my hands. You better think real quick.
Seriously, I don't know. He goes to the rib tickler and meets his contact there. That's all we know. They're all in
no way this
consensus.
organization is that quick to the top.
Huh?
This guy just reports straight to Von Terran.
That's not what he said. He said he goes and meets a contact at the rib tickler.
What's he look like?
No, we never have gone with him. He always has this wait outside. He said it's an orc, or like a half orc, or some kind of orc. That's all I've ever heard him say. But
So
I don't
we
know.
just killed the one guy who could have told us.
Well, he didn't do much. So the Slick Silver did.
It wasn't me for the first time.
Just sorry, great restraint.
Way to hold back.
Can someone speak with dead with his head?
I think Magvarus probably can.
Yeah.
No, I can resurrect him.
As Magvar starts doing that, Jolsar starts growing up.
Magvarus takes his head, puts it back on the body, and
Ooh, I have-
Starts like stitching it back on.
No, don't actually resurrect him.
No, don't worry about that. I got Speak with Dead right here. Let me pop this here.
I love this.
Anybody got
I'm
any
just helping
incense?
us be our best selves. That's all.
Magvarus, you got any incense I can... Actually, no, wait. I have that dwarven bathroom incense. Hold on,
There we go.
1 second.
Gotta have that. It smells of elderberry wine.
Just like Boone's Farm. All right. Speak with Dead. Here we go. So I think we get, 3 questions or 5
Yep,
questions?
3.
Infinity questions.
3.
So we'll ask him who his orc boss is at the Rib Tickler.
I've only ever known... Like, you're holding his head up, and he's like, I've only ever known him to go by Kabosh.
Okay.
What's he look like?
Is that the question?
Yeah.
Or
What's
how
he,
do we contact him?
Yeah. How do we contact him?
He is easy to contact if you're wanted to reach him.
That doesn't
Okay.
answer our question.
Doesn't
I
it?
said, how do we contact him?
The best way is me.
Yes.
Smoke signals and carrier pigeons. No. But yeah, so I mean, his short answer is ultimately, you have to find him at the Rib Tickler.
Okay. Good.
Last
So I
question.
guess then we need to know,
Is he the
how-
is he like the top of the organization?
He's as high as I've ever met.
Okay, here we go. Time to take a trip to the Rib.
One of the Thieves Guild guys is like inching his way towards the stairwell that goes up to the main area.
Mhm.
The other two are not, but one of them is like attempting to maybe slip away. You can kind of see he's like slowly kind of one little half step at a time, a quick lean back
Which
for
one
a
is
foot. The one on the far right.
20,
Sure.
28?
Your lady's choice.
Ladies' choice. All right. So we're going to kill him.
Your death will mean nothing.
I mean, she
the
yelled,
heroes, guys.
stop. And I'm assuming he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. As soon as he catches you looking at him, and he sees that he's like caught up in what he was about to do, he starts to try to run.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Let's see. Josar's got.
maybe
Yeah, you have
it's gonna
initiative.
Still
You hit him. Okay.
Shit, okay. Didn't take much for him.
It's certainly not going to take that.
That's insane.
What do I get to add? I add 5 or 10.
5 or 10 what?
What's my
If you
my
use
death
the.
strike shot thing?
It's a critical.
Don't you just
How would
auto-crit?
Yeah, I know there's the shift thing, but I thought I was also supposed to put some in the box. But I don't think I did that right.
Holy
So you didn't
buckets.
use, your...
Instant death.
Yeah.
A lot of ones. A lot of ones.
Yeah.
I look over and I say, Jill, sorry, you can't say stop as you're firing.
Whoops.
It's
Whoops.
way more effective if you say it while firing.
I just was trying to keep up with Calcine. Look at her go.
Oh, I get
Let's
it.
kill everyone.
I give her a wink and let her know she's back in the calcination.
There we go.
She'd point.
Oh, she made it
Sorry,
back.
Within point it at 26 and say, "Who's next?"
No, I don't want no smoke either.
What's in the basement?
So it looks like there's black powder in the basement. A lot of it. About 10 barrels of black powder. There's 4 barrels of ale, 3 barrels of wine. There's 2 pallets of gold bricks. There's a barrel of salt. There's a bunch of like grains and things like that in sacks too on pallets. There's a pallet of silk. What are they called? Bolts. There's like 30 different colors of silk, like maybe 100 yards of silk bolts. Probably worth easily a few hundred gold each.
But nothing that would be like...
You're talking about under the next trapdoor, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the black powder like?
It's gunpowder.
Yeah. Okay. We can fit that in the bag of holding.
There's 100 cannonballs.
I don't know that we need cannonballs, but
are there any cannon?
Okay, so
not down here on the ships though.
What else? Where's all this going?
Last but not least, there's a 10-foot mech down there. One that you guys saw at the Dwarven City.
A 10-foot what?
Mech.
Like,
he's powered down or what?
It's like kind of it's not put together fully. It's It seems like they were trying to get it to work, but they haven't been able to get it to function. Only the dwarves of the Corsathian Empire, of their engineers of the coastal city that you guys visited first.
Yeah,
that had all of those gnomes and stuff there were the only ones that could really make it work.
You said there's gunpowder. Are there any guns?
No, it's for you get the idea that it's probably for the cannon. The mech has a shoulder cannon on it that could take up to 6 rounds with him.
Yeah, let's take that in 6 rounds.
Does it look man portable?
The mech is 8 foot tall. It's probably 1,500 pounds or more. It's a 200-pound cannon on its shoulder on a hinge, or like it seems like there's some switches and stuff inside there. You guys haven't seen this technology up close. This is the closest to the tech you've been since back then, and back then you really only got a percursory glance at it on the way through.
I would love to vote that we put Webb inside that.
He is the only one that would fit.
Is it like an exoskeleton?
It's it's like think like the mechs from Alien when she gets in those like machine mechs. That like she's moving the barrels and stuff in the movie Alien or Aliens or whatever when Sigourney Weaver's
like a power armor from Fallout.
It's 100% power armor. It has a cannon. There's an axe. It sits around you. There's a grill in front. It's like a whole on. There's like probably 15 different levers and buttons inside this mech suit, but it doesn't power up at this time. You're not sure how to power it up.
Well, I need a power core.
Yeah, clearly you need a fusion core. So, is there anything else? Like, I know we've still got, do we have 1 or 2 guys left?
2, because there were 4. You killed the captain on accident right away. She killed the other one that tried to run, and the other 2 just kind of did their thing.
So, is there anything else that we need to see around here? Like, are there other rooms? They're not keeping slaves or anything, right?
No, there's nobody down here that you know of. You don't see, any of that.
I'm going to mention that we should probably destroy that power suit if we're not going to use it.
Yeah, that's what Roland said. Roland said we should burn the whole thing, and I'm good with that. I would like to know if there's any other storerooms.
These guys say they're pretty sure there are, but this is the only one we've been in privy to. Please don't kill us. And that mech is very powerful, but no one could get it to work. It's worth hundreds of thousands of gold on the black market.
All right.
If you can get it to work, it's priceless. No one outside the Dwarven Empire has seen anything like this.
So since we all look completely different, steaming makes us look like different races and shit.
Yeah,
right?
we look like those bandits.
Yeah. So since we don't look like us, I'm gonna say, all right, we'll let you go. You guys ever heard of Big Jack, by the way?
One of their eyes one of them definitely, you could tell, like he instantly soils himself. And the other because Big Jack
already.
Well, Big Jake or Big Jack? You're Big Jack or you're Big Jake?
I'm Big Jack.
Okay, so they've heard of Big Jake, but they might have just got it mixed up. So one of them soils themselves. To be fair, your predecessor was a violent piece of shit. Like he was not known to take prisoners. He was not known to not torture and like just cause mayhem just for fun. So definitely something to be concerned with as far as his reputation preceding you. Not necessarily in a way that you care. You're like, yeah, please be scared of me. I won't actually do any of this stuff. But yeah.
I don't necessarily care about killing them. I would like to let one of them send a message that Big Jack has been here, since they can't identify me.
Sign Big Jack and the boys.
Yeah. But you're welcome to leave. We'll take it from here. You let whoever you're going to let know. Big Jack's in town.
By the way, this whole time I'm shoveling bricks of gold into my bag of holding.
That is in no way surprising.
Classic Maggie.
You can get all like 400 bricks of gold in there. It's equivalent to 40 grand in gold.
Can I get the mech in my bag of holding?
No.
I can't.
But you can get it out the back of the building, which actually opens up as you guys been in here looking around, and you eventually talk them into teaching you. There is a tunnel that leaves this second basement below the first hidden basement that goes out to port, out to the what's the name of the place you went, Mac? The Oaken
Anchor or something.
Anchor Port.
Anchor Point.
So Anchor Point. So it actually opens up just to the right of Anchor Point. So where a lot of smuggling into the town goes on, unbeknownst to local authorities. The only way they could have got this mech in here, there's no way it would go up through the 4x4 trap door. Yeah, it's literally like it goes, falls down, and there's just tracks where they've wheeled this mech in at one point.
Cool. Is there a way to disguise this?
The mech?
Oh, wait, there was a bunch of bolts of silk and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a ton of silk, and it's still on the cart or whatever. It was it's on a wheeled flat.
So why don't we just throw a bunch of silk and shit on top of it and wheel it out that way, so that nobody really knows what it is we're wheeling through town?
I have a proposition. Does anyone want to become fused to the mech? Because I could use my weird cloak to fuse you to the mech, and then maybe you could become a cyborg.
I wish Eric was here for this, because he would be into it. I was just going to
say, I want nothing more than that for Gene.
I vote we fuse Gene to the mech.
I vote we fuse Gene to the mech.
Well, he's not here.
Objections? Nope. Let's do it.
All right, roll a 20-sider, Max.
He shapeshifts all the time. He's not going to give a shit.
No.
Oh my goodness. I need that to happen. I want that to happen so bad.
He rolled a 4.
Yeah, it was not great.
We can definitely get this thing out of here.
Let's not do this without
without consent. Consent is key.
Because I want.
I think he'll agree to it.
Well, and too, he could use his portent to make sure that it was higher than a 4 if he's going to be involved with that. So.
Well, his portents weren't great. He got 2 9s and.
He had an 11.
Yeah.
The 11's better. Let me text him or somebody message in the chat and say, hey, we're about to use the fusion cloak.
Fuck you up. Can you come back real quick?
Yeah,
but in a good way.
Let's see if he's possibly able to come and use this. If he uses his 11 portent on it, he'll be fine. I'm actually excited about the prospect of this. You want Transformers? That's how you get Transformers!
Here we go.
He literally will be a Transformer.
He literally just made the first Decepticon.
Not Autobot? Or...
No, it's fucking
Autobot.
Gene!
Oh, okay.
He's Chaos, but he's still...
He's our boy.
Team good
All
guy.
right.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys work. We'll worry about that. So it's down here. Are you going to leave it here? Or you want to wheel it out and see if you can find a place to house it? Or
yeah, we'll take it back.
You also have all the bolts of silk and all the barrels of things and the cannonball. Are you guys doing anything with any of that stuff?
Yeah, we're taking all that.
You know what?
I have a bag of
Setting it on
holding.
Fire seems like in poor taste, given that it's underneath a building that's operating.
Doing what now?
Well, I just mean that like we were talking about destroying all of it, and destroying all of it to me sounds like set it on fire, which also means that it's going to explode.
Right. And that's just a waste.
My understanding, and I don't love that for the people in the building above us. So.
Everything I've given you guys up to now in this game is going to come in handy to be used. I'm not just randomly, hi Liddy, welcome honey. I'm not just randomly giving you guys weapons of mass destruction and like gunpowder and cannonballs and a mech and like extra healing and stuff. The next game is going to be shitbird bananas.
It's all going in my bag of holding.
Huh?
It's all going in my bag of holding. Yep.
All right. Let's just, for shits and giggles, say that you guys managed to get it all either in bags of holdings or back to the manor. Just for, it's the fact that we're 18 minutes from finalizing. You guys go to, and then you leave this place. As you're walking by to leave, though, your sword gets the inkling those guys were going to try and pull it from the sheath and take it, and it just hacks both their heads off on the way. And it turns.
I wanted somebody to know Big Jack was in town.
Their blood congeals on the floor. It says, "Big Jack has been here."
Yes.
Yes.
Was
here.
Twas
here.
Big Jack was here.
Okay, I'm here for that. So that is totally fine. It also turns into a great axe after this. 2 more bodies hit it.
Is it great axe now?
It's a great axe now.
That's fucking right. It's a great axe.
And I need wisdom save at disadvantage.
A disadvantage?
Yeah.
Why disadvantage?
Because it killed 2.
You like the power.
I do love the power. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm only, I'm actually not even mildly upset about this curse. It's pretty funny.
It's a good curse. It's at least humorous.
So far, grade A curse. 7?
Yes, absolutely. You fucking love this thing. No one will ever take it from you. No one. It can do no wrong. If it kills people, they deserved it. It's
for sure.
It's a thing. You are completely certain if you were to throw it, it would come back. It's a whole thing. It's not. It is a bad curse, but it's also one of the better curses in that it's just keeping you going. It's just keeping your bond alive, now that it's finally found you again.
We found each other.
All right, so you guys, over the course of the rest of the day, you guys managed to get all that shit together and push to the manor and, lit off the bodies or whatever, wheeled off and did this. There's nobody at the other end of the entrance. There's a rock where you guys eventually figure out how to push a certain stone in, and it slides aside, and there's nobody there. It's onto the beach about half a mile from the city. You can see where maybe boats have pulled up on the shore and stuff over time. There's a couple of grooves in the sand up and a ways away from the water surf itself. And you wheel that through the town as a big silk statue and into the thing. Waylon does not like the mech even a little. The silk thing rolls in. He's like, ugh, it smells of metal, it stinks of death. But he nevertheless lets you put it in one of the stalls, which by the way had been fully mucked out. There's 2 horses you've never seen before that are just full-on stallions. There's a donkey. There's still like 50 chickens or whatever he had. He's got 2 ducks, 3 pigs. There's a house of like a bunch of raccoons on the roof that are just chittering down at him as he walks past. His chipmunks are going on. The other bird of the two birds in his nest is back in his hair. So he's got a bird looking out from the back and the front of his hair, like looking around, whistling and stuff. He travels with bird song everywhere. Like he's the whole thing. Sorry, I just really like Waylon. He's a good dude. And then, evening hits, after you guys are tired from hauling all this shit around and stuff. And you look around, you notice too, there's 3 like half-elf youths going to fucking work, putting up like new shingled siding on the side of the home, one on the roof. Like the entirety of the manor is starting to come together. You can see it looks like Rosie took the initiative and hired some construction hands to maybe patch some of the holes in the roof to finish things up. Now that the lords of the manor have returned, she's used her own funds to essentially just hire a few hands to get some labor done to get this place up to the level. There's a couple of dwarves who are grumpily. They look like hill dwarves probably based on their skin tone and their height. But they're grumpily putting up like a wrought iron gate and fence system around the exterior parameter of the manor where the old rickety wooden fence had been. And it's like intricate. Like think like rose vines and like thorns and roses, and just super intricate, like patterned, like wrought iron gate and fence work around the half-acre manor you guys have.
I love it.
Before we bed down for the night, I am going to provide such a feast for us heroes that they have never seen before.
Heroes Feast.
And so we'll have that for the next 24 hours.
You guys eat it, and you can tell Rosie's a little put off. She's like, "Did they not like my pie? Like, what's going on here?" But
she sees that it's magical, so
yeah, she accepts it as her lord and savior and just makes it happen. But that being said, evening comes around, and your guys' soiree in to find the orc comes up. Are you guys gonna hit the rib tickler?
We're going to go to the rib tickler, but I still want to go in seeming. I don't want to go as Calcine. I'm too recognizable.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do the same trick.
Okay. Are we doing that tonight, or are you guys waiting?
Doesn't it last 8 hours?
Seeming? Seeming lasts 8 hours.
So you've got 2 hours left.
So we would do
that.
Yeah, we would do that before.
Okay, so you're just going to use the same spell and do the 2 hours you have left with it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys all go to the rib tickler. In the rib tickler, it's easy to find. There's 2 orcs in the place. One is the one that takes the bets with the hook hand, and the other one is a pink-skinned, heavy-tusked, more orc than not half-orc. Like you feel like maybe he's got more orc lineage. He's a full foot taller than the one that takes the bets. He's got a kind of a pink undertone to his mottled green skin. And you're pretty sure, based on what you were told, that it's one of those guys, more likely than not the bet taker.
Right. So we see him. He's like in the crowd, or where is he?
He's sitting at a table watching. He keeps having, as you guys are doing a little due diligence and watching him over time. I assume you guys have Jilsara just hide in shadows and watch him and kind of track his movements.
I was going to say, can we get close and try to listen in?
Jilsara absolutely does that, no problem. She's like, there's a crowd around, she can do whatever. He has a different guy come up to him every about half hour. So you watch him for the first hour, realizing your scening is going to go away in another hour, but you kind of play the safety card for that first hour, and he has 2 or 3 guys come up to him. What's up, Aiden? Welcome back. He has 2 or 3 guys pop up to him and hand him bags full of what could only be money, and he gives them a envelope with something in it. And then they go on. They bow in deference, almost slightly, not obviously, kind of just the guy nod down, and they take their envelopes and back away. And all of these guys look like kind of semi-sleazy dudes that he's talking to.
All right, let's follow one of these guys and take his envelope.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah? Isn't that, we know where this guy is, so why don't we just, see what he's handing out?
Sure.
I don't know, we don't have to.
That's fine. Thanks for the 1K likes, so I appreciate that. You guys do waylay one of these guys out just outside the arena, and you are able to take him down. Unfortunately, he is dead before he gets close enough to say anything. The Great Axe just cuts him in half. I'm sorry, you're ultimately going to just start killing stuff without meaning to all the time, Calcine, so you and Mac can hang together and think back on all the murders you accidentally...
Our body bag of holding counts are just going to have to skyrocket.
But as you guys check this guy's papers out, you see that he's actually of a lesser house of nobles, even though he's kind of greasy and slimy. He was of some sort of import. In his paper, as you unfold it, it's a letter, and it says, good work on your last mission. Be ready. The time is coming. All things will be explained in the near future. Be sure to meet 3 days hence at high noon in the town square at the call like when they do the calling. So that they're gonna have like a calling out or like a town crier where the head politicians of the town and some other dignitaries from out of town are going to meet and talk about the state of affairs in 3 days' time here in Summerside.
Is Butters coming?
Butters is scheduled to be there.
Uh-oh.
Should we just take this guy out like now? He's here.
What guy? The guy that I just killed?
No. The main guy.
Oh.
I mean, we definitely could get the jump on him.
Let's get some slashy going.
Does killing Von Terran just solve the situation? Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, that's kind of a both and.
I feel like currently maybe I'm not the one to go have a conversation, given that I'm lacking a little.
Right. Yeah.
Self-control.
Finesse.
Self-control.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe that's the better way to go about it. Who knows?
I don't think that we want to kill him without being able to ask questions. But I could be wrong.
You can always ask after the fact. I mean,
that's true.
3 times,
just
3 questions.
Why don't we do the hero's feast or whatever we're gonna do, and then catch the orc outside the rib tickler after? I mean, does that seem like a better way to start? Like start with the orc and then move our way up?
Yeah,
100%.
I feel like we can work our way up pretty quick. We're doing very efficient work.
So the seaming is going to be over by the time he comes out. Is that fine?
Yeah.
Okay. He comes out. You guys are all like in position. I'll assume that all my hiders, such as like so basically Calcine can hide now too. Calcine, Josar, Webb, all basically hidden. Roland leaning against the side of a building, with your full regalia, your hair flowing out from beneath. We have Magvara sitting there petting Waggles, just crouched down, petting the dog, acting nonchalant. And we have.
By the way, really quick, sorry, Eric said that his direct quote was, "I do it, let's get it."
Oh, okay. He puts an 11 on. That's going to take some time. When he does it in the stable, and you go over there, and the cloak envelops him and the thing, and it comes out. When he's done, there's just like 40 like weird tubes out of nowhere, clear tubes with like his blood and different colored liquids coming out of it, incorporated into the mech. There's no more levers or buttons. It's now just his arms, and you can see as he thinks, the cannon goes and like levels. The sword goes up out of his hand. Just kind of pops in place. He's now a cannonball wielding 8-foot tall monstrosity of metal and flesh sinew woven together into a blue kobold of doom.
Amazing.
And that's the first thing the fucking orc sees when he steps around the corner. Like, he thought he was going to be greeted, he sees, you guys are all kind of interspersed within, 50 feet of him, but then he rounds the corner and just bumps into this 8-foot monstrosity. And without even knowing, Eric just clamps one of his, big claw hands around this 7-foot orc and picks him up like this and shakes him upside down, and 7 bags of gold fall out.
Incredible.
Then Magvara sweeps up with his bag of gold.
Shovel shit in. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so now that he's got him tipped upside down, there's all this gold that falls on the ground. The guy's like punching at the metal, and it's just dink, 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 and nothing is phasing. He's just holding him up and shaking him. So you've now got this 7-foot orc dangling upside down, held around the waist by the mech's hand that is controlled by the tiny little blue, what once was a kobold inside it. And you guys can question him as you'd like, because he's basically helpless, unless you get close enough and you don't have metal for skin.
So, I think that perhaps we ask him politely, what's happening at the town square in 3 days' time.
I'm unaware of what's going on. I'm just the messenger. I haven't read a single note. I just passed them on to the boys.
Interesting, because I didn't mention that it was in a note.
No, you wouldn't be grabbing me if you didn't have inside scoops on things. You must be either very powerful or very foolish to think you can fuck with the Summerside Thieves Guild.
Perhaps we're both.
It's a nice axe.
Yeah, would you like to see it closer?
No. And you hear in your head,
He wants to take me
Maybe
from
more
you.
information.
He's trying to take me from you. He's lucky he's upside down.
I don't think we're close enough for him to do that yet. Don't worry.
No, you guys are, like I said, about 50 feet away. The only one really close to him is Magvarus and Gene, because Magvarus is scooping the gold up. This will build so many churches.
We'll buy so many flying carpets. You get a flying carpet. You get a flying carpet. You get a flying carpet. And don't worry, we'll find you a way to fly it for you.
Don't worry, Magvarus, as you put the last bag of gold in there, you feel a little, like, skinny little hand, like, fold itself into yours. Say, when can we fly again, Missa? I've just really been missing the flying. I've been following you around this whole time, and y'all be killing everybody. And, like, all of you, like, every one of you realizes in that moment that he's witnessed every atrocity you guys have done today. The waif is just the most unassuming, like, not known, not seen character in the game. Like, he's, like, always there, but no one notices he's there. Even the bad guys aren't aware of him, because he's just unassuming. He's, like, 3.5 feet tall, dirty, mussed up hair. All he's got is this big rug on his shoulder. He's carrying it around,
A cinematic montage flashback of this kid in the background just silently witnessing our crime.
It's like he's the one that let the dogs in the house, like he's like this all kind of stuff. Like he's the one that like told Rose, like went out and found the workers for Rosie and grabbed Waylon. Like he's just like this extra servant on the side, just doing the Lord's work, getting shit done.
Like,
he's
everybody's been getting money but him. He's just like watching everybody get money.
I told Mr. Magvarus that if he let me fly this carpet, I would do everything in my power to make sure that he's taken care of. So I'm gonna do everything I can, and I just one of those things is to make sure that what I'm doing is helpful to Blackstar. I'm gonna be Blackstar amazing one day. I'm gonna be a adventurer just like Magvarus, Lord Magvarus. Oh, Perego. Wowee. I'm so lucky to have been took under his wing. I've learned so much. Like, if someone tries to take your weapon, you kill them.
Okay. I hand him some bacon. And
I've been waiting to eat all day. Y'all have been just eating, and I didn't want to be rude.
And I help him put it in his mouth.
Oh, my God. And feed it to him. Holy cow, that's a big axe, Calcine. That's amazing.
Don't talk with your mouth full. It's impolite.
Oh, sorry. You better keep that axe. I've seen what it does. It's very dangerous. It's a Mighty Morphin Axe Ranger.
And I give him one of these.
On the lips.
Yes.
Shut your mouth. You're coming off stage.
Hush, child. Hush. I'm just so excited to be here.
Okay. So, we need to get more information out of this orc.
Yeah, he's upside down. He ain't got shit to do. Obviously, you guys are level 19. I am kind of streamlining, pun intended, a little bit of this because we're wrapping things up a bit for the night, but also for the entirety of the campaign. So I was hoping to get just a little bit farther along. So I'm gonna cheat a little in the best possible way for your guys' benefit. After an hour of interrogation, eventually he realizes that A, he can't get away from this ungodly blue mech thing, but B, that there's no hope, and he lets it slip eventually after a little bit of torture. And the torture isn't any of your doing, it's totally Gene's. Like, you'll see, like, spikes and stuff. Like, he's holding this guy, and you'll occasionally blood will just start dripping down from where his grip has on this guy as spikes from inside his glove start to just poke him and stab him with, like, needles and stuff. And the guy's, like, bleeding, flinching, and it's like, stop it, no, I won't tell you anything. And after about an hour of getting his ass pin-cushioned, though, he comes around and says, listen, all I know is he goes by Lord V. I've never actually seen him. I think he's Elven, just based on his accent. But he's been running this city and most of the country from the shadows for 100 years. He disappeared for 10 months at one point. People tried to take over. As soon as he got back, they were just completely murdered on the spot. He just was able to shift right back into, his position of power instantly. I don't have anything else to give you. Please don't kill me. I will leave town. I don't have any business left here. I've already divulged everything. You've taken my earnings. If I could have any of that to survive on, that would be a big ask, I'm sure, as you don't trust me from Jack, but I didn't say that.
Can we set him down and flip him a copper and let him know that Big Jack saved his life tonight?
Oh, that's very nice of you guys. I mean, that works a bad character. I think he's a pretty awful person. I've seen him around some, just in passing. But, I mean, if you go give him a copper and tell him to go be good, I bet you he'll listen, because you look pretty scared. And all those holes from the blue gene mech monster thing in his belly, he probably don't like that either. So, I mean, I can show you the world, but he can show you the door. You know what I mean? That's so much fun. MacVarus, you gonna let my hand go? Because I need to scratch. I got to scratch my arm. Alright, so Eric, you semi-missed it. You might want to watch this one back over. You've essentially been cloaked into a kobold shape-shifting first of the Decepticons mech warrior monster machine with a cannonball shooting cannon on your top right shoulder and the ability to shapeshift in mech form as well. You also have an 8-foot blade that comes out of your other hand. Yeah. So
Roland used the cloak to fuse you with some dwarven mech armor,
and it mostly worked. You have tubes like shifting liquid throughout the mech in you, and it finally powered up now that it's sentient with you. But it's your brain that's operating this thing. You just became like a relatively unstoppable mechanized war god with magic spells. So
right, a wizard that can't be damaged is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, it's adamantine. You can't be critted on. So he can't be critted. Your movement's 50. Your fly speed is a 50 as well.
Insane.
You can submerge underwater for up to an hour at a 30-foot movement. So it's kind of slower, but you have like propelled jets on the back. You can transform into 3 different forms. Submarine form, air form, and land form.
Semi-truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously.
Semi-truck, yes. We're getting down to the barrel here, Gene. I had to give you some whizzly wagoos, It's fine. You get some food?
I got a Texas burger with brisket on it that cost more than it should have.
That's how eating is these days.
Do they just call it a burger there?
Yeah, because it's in Texas.
It was a Texas burger, and it had a piece of brisket on the top of it bigger than the burger, and I'm just like, oh, shit. Here we go.
Did somebody order burgers? I actually grabbed these earlier from Barbarian Bacon's new Thifter store, brisket sandwiches.
Barbarian brisket.
Barbarian briskets. Did you guys order these? He comes in, he's got 6 of them. He's like, here's 6 briskets. I'm just saying, I don't remember the waif's name. We just call him Waif. I don't remember his name, but he's super good at was it Tom? No, what was his name?
I want to say Kelvin.
Oh yeah, what's Calvin? Good job. Inspiration. Calvin is very, very, he always knows what you guys need, It's hilarious. But yeah, all right, so you guys got Lord V. You know that in 3 days' time there's something going on. Are you letting the orc go?
I really don't care. I'm not going to kill him on purpose.
Yeah, I'm always about life, so. It's okay.
Well, you know, Magvoth, you're not wrong, and I always do value your opinion, but if I'm gonna be Blackstar, I gotta grow with that sometimes. And with that, he just pulls out, like, this knife, leaps up, and stabs it in this guy's throat and says, I've seen it done 100 times! And just, like, 5 times this guy's neck, and he just rides the orc down and then fits on and says, how'd I do? Jathar Hawk, you're the killerest of killers. How'd I do? Is that how you kill somebody?
Just like that.
Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, wait, you said I did good. See, Magvirus, I'm very useful. Aren't you glad I joined your team? I want to be Black Star superhero, too, one day.
I think you're ready for, like, a White Star badge.
He gets excited, does a little jig on the corpse that he just destroyed. He wipes his little, like, 6-inch blade on the guy and then stuffs it back in your pocket because it was not his blade.
Well, I suppose we should get moving.
Hayden. Yeah, all right. So that guy's just laying there in the gutter at this point, dead as hell. You guys got how many 7 bags of 50 gold? So what is 350 gold for you, Tim? Not to mention the 40,000 in bars you have in your bag.
Nice.
I'm gonna like carve a little like calling card into his arm or something.
BJ.
I thought the same thing and was like, I'm probably not going to carve BJ into his arm.
Probably not.
I think it makes sense too, though, because it's like you want it, but you also maybe don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe a BJK.
Okay. BJK
inside like a little circle with like I don't know. It looks like
10 minutes. She's just over here trying to perfect her trademark. That's hilarious.
She's like,
it's
crap! Give me the other arm.
It's cant a little bit, and it's it's artistic.
Okay. Flash forward to 3 days later. I know it's 11:06. You guys got 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Flash forward to 3 days later. The convention or the political rally or whatever is going on. All of the up and ups of Summerside. A dignitary from Yendel shows up. No one from Korsoth shows up. Someone from Morzanth shows up. It has like a Githyank. Has a Dishdasha on. He's like wearing robes and like full wrap on his hair and stuff. Anyway, so there's this whole thing going on, and you'll see like throughout the crowd, it's pretty packed, jam-packed stadium style. And Von Terrian's nowhere to be seen in the last 3 days. You guys have been trying to maybe find him. Haven't really found him. But he is front and center at this thing. He's sitting next to one of the elder town councilmen that run Summerside. He's like essentially the right hand of this town councilman. He's sitting there in a kind of a dark gray, nice outfit. He's got a circlet on his head. He's wearing a couple of rings, a thin rapier at his side.
Can we spend the 3 days in between time like just like flushing out his little thieves guild around town and like slowly picking off his people?
You guys did see 3 of the 7 people that gave money to the guy, so you were able to find them, I'll say, and destroy them. So there's only 4 left.
I mean, there's a lot more people in the guild.
Right, but how many were planned to assassinate or do anything at the event? He only saw... he had 7 bags of gold on him.
Okay. Well, I just want to like spend 3 solid days like fleshing out this thieves guild.
Okay. I think we can pick up there. We'll pick up there, with trying to save Sir Butterbean of what is it? Butterbean of Buttersworth?
Yeah.
We'll also pick up early for that.
Also, are any of my people showing up since we had them watching Butters?
Like to come say something about it or whatever. Yeah. So you'll have 2 thugs and two slinky dinks show up when he arrives. They search you down at the manor and let you know kind of everything's been fine. They did take out 2 assassin attempts up to this point.
I'm gonna let on the Rocky Talk. I'm gonna let Thunder know to like how to find us. And to not refer to me as Big Jack in public.
Okay. Sounds good. So now if they've killed 2 and you guys have killed 3, there's 2 left. There might be more, but there's 2 left that you know of that have not been taken out. And you're certain that because they took those 2 out, you're pretty certain that those were 2 of the 7 that your guild from Jubilee took out. Thanks, Brady.
Perfect.
For the like. But yeah, I think we can pick up there. I am probably available to start earlier if we needed to next week to get the finale to kind of have some time, and or stay later, kind of depending on what you guys want. So think it over, chew it over, just in the chat, mention kind of what your guys' thoughts are. If we could get a little longer game session than last time, I bet we'll need it, just because I'm trying to wrap a lot of shit up, and we have to get to Korsoth. Like, we have to get through this assassination and have a reason to make it to Korsoth next week to finish things for the Godstone arc.
Okay. So we get a level?
Yes, yeah, level up. That's fine. No holes barred, right? Let's level it up. Let's get where we're going. Awesome. I hope you guys had fun. I know that was a little different in some ways. We sped through some stuff. But...
I don't mind that it was streamlined and like sped up, like cinematically. I think that I like it. I mean, we are at a point where we are pretty heavy hitters, so like just trying to like.
Yeah, none of those bandits would have. I mean, you could have sent some of your NPCs in to fight those bandits, and they'd have won. You know what I mean? Like, right. Rosie's a level 2 fighter with a frying pan. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Is she level 20? No, but she's a hard knock life chef.
Right.
Not to mention June. I mean, she's wrangling 2 redheaded twins on a regular basis. Like, she's definitely got some kind of mastermind shit going on.
She's got it.
I'm excited for you guys. You guys got. I mean, your manors is going to be done by. I mean, after 3 days of them working on it, it looks like a new place. They've re-sided it, re-roofed it. All the windows are now working. All the doors are barred and working. There's carpet and rugs in places. There's beds with actual like nice beds and linens and things in there. I assume you give money where needed to get it to be kind of up to par. There's artwork on the walls that Rosie helped you pick out.
Everything's from Crate and Barrel.
I have a small problem. Roland and Tim, how many hit points do you have?
I've been taking the maximum hit points every level because I thought that's what we were doing.
That is what we're doing.
I'm at 204.
Okay, so if I just max out all my hit die, I'm good. Because mine says my max is 23, and that's very clearly incorrect.
No, it's max hit die for whatever hit die you have.
Okay, that's perfect. I just wanted to make sure. Thanks.
I have actually work to put in now to get this combat scene ready for the next game.
You guys, should I get Psychic Scream or Invulnerability?
Ooh, Psychic Scream is so good.
It's a trick question because I can take both at this level.
Heyo! I took Mastermind for my rogue archetype, so I can like give the help action as like a bonus action and help you guys like get advantage on shit stuff too.
Our Heroes Feast will give us some goodies as well.
Yeah. This Mastermind thing, it's not much, but I'm already pretty ridiculous, so.
Good night, guys. I gotta
night.
Off.
I hope you guys had fun. We'll see you next week. Last game.
Hey, leave it up, because I gotta do some math and put some hit points
That's fine. I haven't cut the stream either, so I mean, technically we're done at 11, but I haven't cut the stream. Just chilling.
I'm gonna head out. Bye, guys.
See you, Maxie. Hope your baby's feel better.
See you guys. Have a good night.
Later. Whew. I thought that was a hoot, to be honest. Like,
I loved it, but honestly, I was the main character, so of course I loved it.
Oh my god, you guys are all the main character in my book. I miss Eric, you know.
For sure. 92.
But he definitely got to back up, and he's still at the hotel. I don't know what he's doing. He's running around right now. But yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to. He's gonna have to jump on with me. We're gonna have to build his mech up in here. Are you up to it, Eric? You ready to build your mech? I can't hear you, buddy. You're muted.
I was muted. Yeah. Yeah.
You open a building, the 3 forms of the mech monster you've now become.
Yeah, I'll set it up. Don't worry about it.
All right. So mech monster, 8 foot, 2d12 longsword with a 3d6 cannonball with 6 shots.
Okay.
Hey, I have... Whoa, why isn't this letting me do it? Oh, there it is. I have 306 hit points.
Yeah, you guys are definitely ready for the end of the world. Between the pies...
And sneak attack if I need it, and a boot blade, and a cursed great axe.
Oh, yeah. I think between the mech suit, the alchemical wineberry fire stuff, the ambrosia you guys found, the honey of the gods, I think you guys are all set for heals and damage. It should be, depending on what you have to do, though. We'll see how that goes. And,
oh, yeah, I don't think Jean has a bandolier either, so we can retcon that.
yeah, we got one for him. It's fine. I'm not sure Gene's going to need it at this point. He's now molded and folded into a mech. He's gained probably, I don't know, add 50 hit points to your total, Gene.
I love that Max thought about that.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad that he finally used his cloak for something nefarious and good.
He was so, he's so much...
Oh, Megan froze.
I would have used the cloak too much.
Yeah, he's sparingly at best. That's awesome. All right, everybody on the stream, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the streams off. I'm gonna get ready to go to bed and things. But I hope everybody has a great evening. Thanks for coming and watching Dungeons and Dragons Streamlined. See you later, Aiden. I'm getting off.